Most sellers think they're doing discovery, but they're really just having random conversations. Here's the difference. The salespeople who are very good at their craft and know what they're doing and truly hold a proper discovery understand how to diagnose the seller's environment. They know what they need to measure. They know what they need to ask. They understand the type of information that matters, whether that be the functional issue their product solves, the commensurate executive priority that would make that a priority to solve it now. They have a command of this. What happens with most sellers is they go into a conversation and everybody has their style. Everybody has their unique approach, whether that's relationship building or that's tips and tricks or tactics they've been taught. But they go into a conversation hoping that the buyer will just tell them what they need to know because they don't really know what to ask for. So they hope it just naturally falls into their laps. And the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, if that buyer knew how to fix their environment, what was actually happening, how urgent it was, the problem wouldn't exist in the first place. So really good sellers that do proper discovery, by the nature of what that word is, discovery, they know and have a strong command on what needs to be discovered. The biggest mistake in discovery, it isn't asking bad questions. It's not listening to the answers. This is what I mean. I've observed this hundreds, if not thousands of times, that salespeople were so consumed in our world of asking all the information we've been told to get for the CRM and having these perfect questions that we craft in our own heads, that we often find ourselves in this place where we ask a question and instead of listening to what that prospective customer has to say in their answer, we are thinking about our next question. So then they give an answer. We don't hear the answer, except it's disconnected from what they just said. And there's only so many times you can do this before your buyers will shut down. And I've watched so many calls where you get to maybe question 5 or 6, your 15 minutes, and all of a sudden your prospective customer does the very classic thing. They say, "Can you just show me the product?" They do that because they recognize you're not listening to them, because you're not responding to them. And it's no longer valuable for them to answer questions that you won't hear. And it's really is the biggest discovery mistake that I would say is the most globally observed. It's not asking the questions. It's not the perfect question or how you wordsmith your question. It's the fact that your questions don't relate to what the customer just told you, and it's because you didn't listen to it. So there's 4 critical goals to the start of discovery that really set the tone for the rest of the sales cycle. And if you can't get through the first goal in 15 minutes, you're basically dead in the water. But goal number 1 is you need to uncover the problem they're trying to solve. And when I say problem, what I mean is really a problem in the realm of that would be an executive priority. I don't want to know a functional issue. I don't want to know what's wrong, like their missing process or their tool or their perception of what they think they need. That's not the problem I want to know. I want to know the problem behind that problem. What is broken in their realm of responsibility that they're actively trying to solve for? Once I learn that problem, and you have 15 minutes to get it, now I need to define that problem with data and validate, is this a problem that is urgent? On the data around it, it's not that urgent. And so you can start to challenge like, how big is that problem? How significant is it? How negatively is it impacting the organization? And how urgently does it actually need to be addressed? Now, goal number 3, you do need to learn what's causing it. At the end of the day, your solution needs to address the actual functional issue that is creating the negative environment. At the end of the day, you need to know what they're truly solving for. Goal 1, problem. You need to understand how big it is. Goal 2, is it urgent? You need to know what's causing it. Goal 3, can your product fix that thing? And then as you go through this cycle, your 4th goal goes into, based off of everything I've learned, what other problems might exist that relates to this? And then you expand into getting a holistic, to the best of your ability, holistic view of what's happening in their world, so you can help them in the best of your capacity. And this is the structure that people should be following in their discovery. If you're ready to make every discovery call count, let's talk. Visit thesalescollective.com and reach out.